How should we start? Would you like to argue first, or who would you like to argue?
I'm ready to argue, sir.
Can you give us the history of the case?
Sir,
इसको public interest matter है, इसको live कर दे, ठीक है? History of the case.
sir, the three matters. There is Constitution Petition number 4 of 2024.
That's yours.
Yes, sir.
No, but prior to that, go in chronological order, the first petition.
G. So the first is suo motu case number 4 of 2021. Sorry, yes, sir. Suo motu case number 4 of 2021.
Who filed this?
My lord, this is on the application of Mr. Abdul Qayyum Siddiqui.
And who are the signatories to this?
My lord, इसमें इस वाली में Mr. Qayyum Siddiqui is, and
Representing the Imran Shafkat, Amjad Nazir Bhatti, same person, he is president of the association, Asad Tur and Amir Ali.
जी,
ठीक है? Correct?
yes, sir.
Okay. This was filed and notice was taken on 20th August 2021, correct?
Yes, sir.
By a two-member bench,
Yes, sir.
correct so far?
Yes, sir.
20th 8 2021. Then what happened? That the matter was, then the matter was taken up by the,
Five-member bench.
somehow it landed
bench,
before a
sir.
five-member bench.
Yes, sir.
Ji,
Then the order was passed by the five-member bench, sir,
ji,
which is
saying that
on-
only the Chief Justice can take.
Yes, my lord.
Correct?
Yes, my lord.
That order is dated what?
It's 26th August 2021. The detailed reasons are 26th August 2021.
Then,
And,
then this order also became irrelevant because of the Supreme Court Practice and Procedure Act.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So the premise of this order is only Chief Justice can take notice. The earlier bench thought the bench could take notice. How the matter was landed before five-member bench, leave that aside. But the law has now been settled by the full court upholding the Supreme Court Practice and Procedure Act.
Yes, sir.
So, ठीक है. So this has, the matter has come back before
Yes.
another bench constituted pursuant to the Supreme Court Practice and Procedure Act.
Yes, sir.
चलिए ये एक हो गई. The next one.
Sir, उसके बाद जो relevant order है, sir, वो
नहीं, let's finish the number of cases. This is number 4.
yes, sir. Number 4 relates.
This is the one which he, Mr. Qayyum Siddiqui's
Yes, sir.
petition. Let's call it Mr. Qayyum Siddiqui's petition.
Yes, sir.
What had he alleged here?
My lord, he has alleged that media personnel are being oppressed by state agencies.
अगर इस पे फैसला हो जाता तो शायद आपको ये दिन नहीं देखना पड़ते
Right, sir.
या नहीं.
बिल्कुल ऐसे ही है, sir.
तो कमजोरी किसकी थी?
It should have been
Yeah, but
proceeded with timely, sir.
नहीं, किसकी कमजोरी थी?
My lord, it should have proceeded by the
आप जवाब नहीं दे
before
रहे.
the court in
किसकी
time.
कमजोरी थी?
My lord, I would submit that the court should have listened to it in time, sir.
नो, इसमें और लोगों की भी कमजोरियां हैं जो लोग पीछे हट गए.
My lord,
जरा आप ये भी
I'm not representing all of them. If your
अभी
lordship,
आप घबरा क्यों गए एकदम से?
I'm not.
नहीं, देखिए, you have to assist the court.
My lord,
Or you should say I don't represent them because last date you agreed to do so.
your lordship, and
Media was, देखिए, it was very simple. You can't say today I want to challenge this thing. We had taken notice of it in the year 2021 when journalists came before the court. The very same journalists, incidentally, then they were being abducted, then they were being beaten up, then they were being shot at. I think that's slightly serious than receiving a notice from FIA. Would you agree or no? Or is it equally serious?
It's certainly more serious, but
I would imagine so.
also serious. That is also serious in a different way.
No, it's not. It's okay, if you're going to say that, then you belittle the seriousness by saying someone who's shot at or abducted is as threatened as a notice from FIA. Then we're making a mockery of the law. At least if FIA is sending, let's call it a completely illegal notice, at least you can go and challenge a piece of paper in a court of law. Fine, the court may strike it down, the court may not, the court may do any other thing. But being shot at, I would imagine, would you prefer being shot at, or would you prefer getting a piece of paper? Since you're saying they're equally serious. No, you
Serious in a different way.
no, you see, this is the manipulation. No, we're going to get the truth out of you.
Well, being shot at, of course, sir.
No, I don't know. You can say receiving a piece of paper is more serious than being shot at or being abducted. No, then don't belittle it. No? Then what is happening? A person who tries to stand up for media freedom. Look at this. Look at the broader parameters of it. Who were the people before us? One had been kidnapped. One had been beaten up. इनको क्या हुआ था? I don't know. इमरान शफकत और इनको.
FIRs were registered against them.
इनको FIA ने FIR register किए थे, sir.
FIR register किया था. So yours was not even an FIR when you came. It was just a simple notice.
My lord.
You know, FIR is still a level serious than a notice. So, and I've never understood one of the persons who was beaten up saying, I don't want to be part of this petition anymore. Sorry, is that professional? Either you're a journalist, you're concerned about journalist freedom, or you're not. You have to make up your mind. And then you make all sorts of statements. Is a court a beneficiary in this, taking up a notice of journalists being harassed, beaten up, kidnapped? We are just enforcing fundamental rights. And then the petition goes out of the radar. Nobody's bothered. I mean, even this is very strange. When we take responsibility, then the allegations start. It's very regrettable making allegations without having the courage to say them in court, without having the courage to write them on a piece of paper. Because you can say anything on the media. आजाद है मीडिया, भाई ठीक है आजाद है, हमने तो कुछ नहीं उनको बना किया है, आजादी दिखाएं. अच्छा 5वें नंबर वाली पिटीशन बताएं, वो किसने फाइल की है?
CP 27.
Sir,
there is one we've dealt with. Now comes
22.
25.
Sir, first clarify who I am.
नहीं, SMC 5 क्या है?
SMC 4 and SMC 5 साथ ही हैं, sir.
Is the same issue?
Yes, same issue.
No, but who's filed 5?
Not filed. Application.
Journalist Defense Committee. Is that so?
So this was done by the court itself. SMC 5. Case वो ही है, sir.
Why 2 and why not 1?
Hey, there were 2 FIRs, 127, 128, so we think Imran Shafkat and
You will see SMC 5 में.
I'm just trying to.
SMC 5 was taken on the application moved by 2 journalists, Mr. Amir Mir and Mr. Imran Shafkat, pursuant to registration of FIRs against them, and the note of the Acting Chief Justice, Honorable Acting Chief Justice.
Ajay, this was another one.
Yes.
Okay. Ajay, ये 2 हो गई.
This is SMC 5.
Number 3 क्या है?
Sir, CP 27 of 2022.
27 of
2022.
2022. This is Mr. Haider, Mr. Mr. Haider Waheed. These are all public interest matters. So just tell us what is 27 of 2022. Who do you represent? Who are you? First of all, who are you? Who are you? Can you tell us who you are? किधर है ये फाइल मेरे? अब मैंने बांध के रखी थी, अलग क्यों खोल क्यों? File it. No. Don't tell us who they are. Who's Sayyid Ibn Hassan?
So I believe he's a lawyer. Although he's a police, sorry,
You believe?
Jesus सबका लिखा है सर, ये मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ। एक एक्स-आईजी, एक जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी कैबिनेट रिटायर्ड, एक सीनियर वाइस चेयरमैन पंजाब इंटरनेशनल ह्यूमन राइट्स मूवमेंट है, एक प्रिंसिपल किंग्स कॉलेज चकवाल, एक एंड सो ऑन सर।
Have you met any of them? मिल गया। Now, how come all these people came together? भाई देखिए, one is in Chakwal, 1, 2, 3 are in Chakwal. Are you understanding or not? Yeah, I'm asking you. Did they come to your office or you went to Chakwal?
No sir, I said the gentleman called me to engage.
Which lawyer? Who called you to engage you?
Number 5.
नाम बता दें.
Sir, sir.
Who's he? A lawyer, advocate, High Court, Supreme Court. What is he?
Sorry, मैं पता कर लेता हूँ सर, मैं तो he said there was a group of people that want to talk about the code of conduct that has already been used for broadcast.
देखिए, we are now ascertaining your bona fides. ठीक है? Because we have doubts about this petition. So, no, पता नहीं कर रहे ना. हमें पता, हम जब केस करते थे तो हम कम से कम क्लाइंट से मिल लेते थे पहले. वैसे अच्छी बात है कि आप फोन पे लोगों से मिल लेते हैं. भैया कमाल कर रहे हैं हैदर वहीद साहब. यू हैव इन्वोक्ड द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल जुरिसडिक्शन ऑफ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट. Just if you take it as a joke, I mean, and you say you've not met any of these persons.
No.
Mr. Salahuddin Ahmed, what do you have to say? What do you have to say?
What can I say about
Today you're not saying anything. You're usually very articulate.
his clients? What can I say about it?
His alleged clients.
As far as the prayer in the petition is concerned, I have and grounds taken it in it. I have some reservations, but बाकी तो सर मैं क्या?
बरादरी एक ही है ना, सलाउद्दीन साहब.
Lord, I'm not engaged in that petition. What can I say?
No, because his petition in a way comes in the way of your petition. Have you read his petition?
In fact, this petition really seems कि जो code of conduct broadcast की गई है Supreme Court ने बनवाया था under section 39 of the Bona Act, वो under section 37(2) of the plea का अगर उसको federal government consider करे for already सर बातें at least जो मैंने सुनी तो government already ये बातें करना एक काम बन चुका है. तो मैंने next week किया है एक सारी authorities को एक करके बाकी सारे मीडियम्स को एक article.
Wait, first of all, Mr. Haider Waid, we're not asking you to argue the case. We're just trying to ascertain who you are. The petition does not have a signatory of anybody. ये मुझे दीजिए 27 की फाइल. We're going to use the Supreme Court for some ulterior motives. फिर बता दें हमें, हम वैसे ही चलते हैं फिर. नहीं, हम वक्त बिल्कुल नहीं देंगे आपको. वक्त क्या देंगे आपको? वक्त क्या देंगे आपको? आप हमारे पास आए, हम तो आपके पास नहीं गए हो. But there's no affidavit. Affidavit is filed by the AOR. There is no signature on the petition. Mr. Heather, Mr. Heather Faiz, you are far too clever and senior that we would say anything like that. But please see the array of petitioners. One is an IG of police, one is a retired joint cabinet secretary, one is based in Lahore, one is based in Islamabad, 1, 2, 3 are based in Chakwal. One is an advocate. It's a very strange group of people coming together. Why? Don't be so defensive. We never suggested you got them together. And so why are you so defensive? We just want to know the bona fides. There's no affidavit. There is nothing about them. It just raises doubts because the petition here is for media freedom and here you're talking about media regulation. So it's in a way at odds. And then you want your case to be delisted from theirs. Why?
Secondly, the petition doesn't say harassment survey or ethics says nothing. But obviously harassment is wrong. It happened with that public and in those petitions it says absolutely nothing to do with the legal point of what we have done. The legal point is that it's got the Talu P and that's my interpretation.
Please. No, please don't do this. Again you're doing this. We're not even hearing you on merits. Don't go there. Now read order dated 6/10/2022. ये पढ़िए. पढ़िए. 6-10 का छोटा सा ऑर्डर है. हम आपके पढ़ लें. 6th October 2022. Okay, we'll read it for your benefit. Mr. Haider Waheed. The questions raised in this constitutional petition are already being examined by this court in suo motu case number 5 of 2021. It would therefore be appropriate if this matter is listed along with the said matter for a comprehensive examination of the relevant articles of the Constitution of Pakistan. Let notice be issued to the Attorney General of Pakistan as well as the respondents for a date in office. It was on your request that the matter was listed. Now you want it delisted without... Can you please have the patience to hear us out? You have moved an application CMA number 1865 of 2024, wherein you say that this should be delisted. So now you use another word. I think you've been traveling on the motorway a lot, so you're using the word tag. Now please read your application.
My Lord's permission, on behalf of the petitioner, it is most respectfully phrased that the listed petition, constitutional petition number 27 of 2022, has been wrongly tagged with suit case number 4 and 5 of 2022, and henceforth will be used to re-tag the listed petition as the subject.
Where do you disclose the order dated 6th October 2022, which was passed and it was tagged? Your language. Please stay focused, Mr. If this court is, we won't allow this court to be used. And this is a clear case of the court being used. First, you get it tagged, your language. We don't use the word tagged in the Supreme Court. and then you move an application, you don't seek a review of the order, you move an application after 3 years, suddenly you've woken up on 9th of March 2024 that you want this, the fact that you haven't met any of the petitioners, the fact that the petitioners are somewhat connected with the government, the then government, raises serious questions on the bona fides of the petitioner. Of course they won't be interested in the petition now after these observations. Probably next thing coming out of your mouth will be, I'll withdraw this petition. Anyway, they don't, as far as we're concerned, वो तो है ही नहीं ना. You take responsibility. Or the OR takes responsibility, I don't know. There may be very good constitutional questions, then why are you running away from the court? Having got the two cases put together, then why are you running away? We'll hear you also with your great constitutional questions. Bhai, aapka pata kya tha, Haider Waheed sahab? Now don't say this. We've just read out the order dated 6th of October, where it is specifically mentioned, and you are saying, mujhe pata hi nahi tha. Mr. Haider Waheed, let's use language of the court. Tagging is not a language of the court. Whatever you, but please, let's at least, so your petition we are observing is very doubtful. तो आप इस पे असेस करें ना, आप अपनी क्रेडिबिलिटी दिखाएं, मेरिट्स पे नहीं जा रहे हैं अभी आप. भैया, we are not going to hear your constitutional points unless we are clear on bona fide. 184 is very clear. Anybody coming to court has to, unless you say bona fide is immaterial, clean hands are immaterial, then yes, you are invoking the 184 jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. You can't just say very good constitutional questions. I can draw up very good constitutional questions in many cases. But what are you trying to achieve? I want to see that. Are you actually interested in ensuring freedom of the press, or you have some other agenda? Well, forget them now. We'll ask the government. We're asking you at the moment. I knew आप जा रहे हो उधर, आप थोड़ी देर वहीं चले जाएंगे वहीं से. Mr. Salahuddin keeps smiling. I don't know why he's smiling so much today. Mr. Salahuddin, why are you smiling so much today?
But I've never been to Chakwal.
That's why you're smiling.
अब देखें, look at page 14 of your petition. That the present, the following are major principal laws regulating speech in Pakistan. Then you mention press council, PEMRA, etc., censorship of film rules, contempt, defamation, official secrets act, etc., and goes up to 11 laws. So you should have never agreed to the clubbing of the two petitions. Actually, you're both saying the same thing, but from two different perspectives. वैसे हैदर साहब, आपके लिए मुफ्त मशवरा है, आइंदा अपने क्लाइंट से मुलाकात कर लिया करें. मतलब ये जनरल बात है, आज की बात नहीं है कैसी. हाँ, उनका भी कसूर है. ये देखें, ये चौधरी साहब ने आपको जबरदस्ती इसमें ज्वाइन कर दिया. जी क्या चले. तो दिस इज डाउटफुल. और कोई पिटिशन है? आपकी पिटिशन का नंबर क्या है?
Then that is CP 4 of 2024.
अच्छा, योर इज 4 as well, incidentally, 2024.
Yes.
देखिए वो पहला वाला 4/2021 का फैसला हो जाता है तो शायद आप खड़े नहीं होते हमारे सामने।
Sir.
ठीक है, अच्छा, now what is your grievance? Can we now narrow it all down? And what sort of order are you looking?
Sir, pursuant to your lordship's last order, first, if I may clarify who I'm appearing for. One is for the Press Association of the Supreme Court and Saqib Bashir on behalf of the Islamabad High Court Journalist Association. Their grievance is in relation to the FIA inquiry that was initiated and the notices that were done and the JIT that was formed. The others, pursuant to the observations of your lordships on the last date relating to the earlier suo motu case number 4, उसमें your lordship will recall police से report मंगवाई गई थी और FIA से, and your lordship had asked me to see if those reporters were journalists were wanted to be represented. I am currently representing Mr. Absar Alam, Mr. Matiullah Jan and Mr. Imran Shafkat. In Mr. Matiullah Jan and Mr. Absar Alam's cases are quite similar in as much as one was kidnapped, the other was shot, and the police investigation is in question. The other case of Imran Shafkat, that is a case of the FIA registering an FIR against him. So that basically ties into...
No, what is the allegation there?
My lord, I have to, right now, I don't have his complete case record with me. I've not been able to get it. I talked to him day before yesterday, and his case record has not come available.
No, but you would know the nature of the FIR. What is it?
Sir, वो पीका के offenses थे, sir.
When was this? Recently, old?
This FIR was registered on 7th of August 2021.
Regarding?
My lord, certain offences were alleged under PICA and Penal Code. Mr. Imran
ये हुकूमत किसकी थी?
It was, yes, it was Mr. Imran Khan's government, sir.
अच्छा, okay.
And so he runs his program on
So
YouTube.
is it case pending against him? It's closed?
Sir,
What is it?
in this case, Challan has been filed before the trial court.
Saying what? Exonerating or implicating him or what?
Implicating him.
For?
My lord, for these offences under
Hey,
section...
what is the nature of the offense? Don't quote us a section, say he did this.
My lord, offences actually अपने vlogs के अंदर उन्होंने कहा कि जी आपने कुछ रियासती
आपको जरा
इदारों और ओहदेदारों के बारे
आपको
में
मैं करेक्ट करना चाहता हूँ. Vlog.
I find it hard to pronounce. I know what it is, but I just find it hard to. Blog is easier, but blog is something just doesn't come.
जी चलें.
जी.
नहीं, what is the nature of the thing?
Sir,
ये पूछ लेना, पूरी FIR आपके पीछे खड़ी है ना.
जी जी नहीं ये मेरे सामने ये FIR भी है. सो उन्होंने कुछ अपने जो ब्लॉग के अंदर कुछ प्रोग्राम किए जिसमें उन्होंने कुछ रियासती इदारों और ओहदेदार और उनके बारे में कुछ
this is what you're referring to?
My lord, I'm referring to CMA 2488.
नहीं, ये जो अभी फाइल कर रहे हैं आप,
नहीं वो तो 2490 है.
ये नंबर्स इस पे नहीं.
ये 2488.
2490.
No, 2488. Please take up 2488.
ये
2488. And if you may kindly turn to page 11.
नहीं देखिए, हम सीधी साधा आपसे बात कर रहे हैं. हम भी जानते हैं एफआईआर्स कैसी होती हैं. कोई सब्सटैंशियल ऑफेंस है या बस ऐसी तंग करने वाला ऑफेंस है?
My lord, in all fairness,
But you're not responsible. Why are you so hesitant?
नहीं, I'm not. ये कह रहा हूँ कि
It was a different age, it was a different government, but people don't remember history. They want only today. They don't want to remember yesterday, and they don't want to plan for the future.
ऐसा कुछ है नहीं इसके अंदर जिसको ये कहा जाए कि सेक्शन 11,
हो सकता है
13 and 20 के जो offense जो
आप पूछ लें एफआईआर से, are they interested in pursuing this? 3 साल तो गुजार लिए, 21, 22, 23, 24.
My lord,
Or you can keep it pending to pull his chain whenever you want to.
No.
If that's the objective.
no, it can't be.
It can't be or it isn't.
It isn't and it can't be.
It can't be, I can say, but for you.
It isn't either, sir.
Ji?
It isn't either. Now that because the challan is before the trial court, if he moves an application at 265A...
He won't move anything, I'm asking the state.
Ji.
Is it criminal offense Mr. Imran Shafkat has committed? I'm not asking Mr. Imran Shafkat, I'm asking the state.
My lord, in my opinion, no.
So, is the FIA withdrawing the case?
My lord, FIA at the moment now, because they have...
They come under you.
They'll move an application before the trial court, sir.
Salahuddin साहब, आपने पिटिशन फाइल की और केस ही खत्म हो गया.
रवि तो आज ही बचा लेता मैं भाई. She's very kind.
Such quick relief, very few people get.
But what I'll be requesting for the main petitioner in my case is, sir, that the parameters of FIA's jurisdiction.
Yeah, we are actually, that's where we wanted to go to. So, okay, now can we go to there?
And
Who's this lady standing next to you? नहीं आपके साथ हैं?
No, I believe she has her own petition.
अच्छा, who is she?
So may I? I'm a journalist based in Karachi. I filed a petition on the 14th of
What do you
February.
want?
It's related to the JIT, the FIA notices, coercive action by the FIA.
Okay, then you are well represented by Mr. Salahuddin Ahmed.
If I may, I'm appearing in person. My petition is pending before the committee. It was filed on the 14th of February.
Are you saying anything different to
I
what?
am.
So
I'm
can you just wait a second?
Yes.
At least hear the question. Is it he is advocating the same thing, Mr. Salahuddin Ahmed? So you don't think he was able to do so?
No, he is very able.
No, what? At any new point, let us hear him.
Yes.
And if there is some point which is he has left out, you can tell us. Because he's a senior lawyer of the court. He will be able to assist us better.
Yes, if I may, after him, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Don't repeat anything if there is something new to be added.
Yes.
Gee.
To the extent of SMC 5, there was another journalist against whom an FIR was registered, Mr. Amir Mir. I have the same statement which I have made in relation to Mr. Imran Shafkat with respect to his FIR also,
We'll record your statement.
my lord. And FIA will move an appropriate application in that
Whatever they
case also.
do, we are recording your statement
My lord.
in presence of the FIA.
My lord.
Okay.
Lord, as far would you?
Because I don't interfere in other people's work because we are recording your statement. Gee.
Would your lordship like to take up the FIA issue first, or the issue of the police reports regarding Matiullah Jan and Afsan Alam?
We are more concerned with the legal issue because each individual case we will spend a lot of time on it, but if you want to do it that way, it's up to you. But I thought it's better to go the legal route first.
Okay, sir.
Let's start with the constitution, the law, the subordinate legislation.
ठीक है, sir.
Unless you have a preference.
No, I'll start that way, sir.
Because then it becomes person specific.
ठीक है.
And I don't know if it is then within the ambit of 184(3). Because public interest as a whole of journalism is. But when individual cases, I don't know, they may have other reliefs under 199, whether 184(3) would be attracted. What is your opinion?
My lord, my submission is that when there is a pattern of
That's what I'm saying, pattern.
When there's a pattern of extrajudicial violence against journalists, in that case, then it becomes public importance. And in that case, in the exercise of that public importance matter in the jurisdiction, your lordships may sometimes have to pass specific directions in order to ensure that such actions don't happen again. So to that extent it may become relevant.
ठीक, please proceed in your own way. आपको बैठना है, तशरीफ रखें. ये लोग भी बैठ सकते हैं. जी.
My lord, if your lordship will turn to CP 4 of 2024. The first action that happened, sir, was on the 16th of January, that is at page 13.
So can we go the law route you said?
Ji, sir. Sir, I want to show how
Mr.
the FIA...
Mr. Salahuddin, I think we have covered that bridge.
Ji, sir.
When notice was taken by this court, there was a pattern already in existence.
Yes, sir.
So I don't think nobody, unless the Attorney General is also conceding that he is not saying anything, contrary to that on the maintainability of the petition. Are you questioning the maintainability of the petition?
My lord, as far as this petition, no, I'm not. And
But naturally individual cases. So I think we've covered the maintainability aspect. I think the very first order had addressed the question of maintainability. So let's not waste time on that. Let's go to, is there a solution? There isn't. What's the way forward?
My lord, my submission was, and the petition is basically about and the FIA has been doing this for a while, that whenever journalists or even non-journalists on social media, etc., they publish something which is not acceptable to FIA, FIA immediately files an FIR under the Prevention of Electronic Crimes Act. Either they file an FIR or they just start an inquiry. And as your lordship knows, that under the FIA Act at least, even after launching an inquiry, FIA has the power of arrest. They use that as a sword to dangle over the persons making the publication. And they have been doing it repeatedly. Sometimes after doing it, they then come and they say, okay, now we are withdrawing it. But the chilling effect remains upon the media as well.
Mr. Salahuddin, again, I'll have to interrupt. Can I prevent an FIR to be registered against me in any police station in Pakistan?
No, sir.
It may be misuse of the law. That's a different thing altogether. So, I mean, you know, that will turn on the case-to-case basis. And if I do so, tomorrow someone will say, oh, he's the Chief Justice, so he's done so. So I can't even prevent it. So let's look at the, we know what's happened in Pakistan. You want a whole history, you can read, books have been written by the media about what has happened to the press. So let's look at the larger picture. If somebody is misusing the law, I mean, they can register some case against you saying you've done someone's chicken you've stolen wherever in Gwadar, or who can stop you?
There is one particular section that is used again and again, which is abused again and again. And that is section 20 of the Prevention of Electronic Crimes Act.
I thought you will start from the Constitution and go downwards.
My lord, Article 19 is...
So let's go from the beginning. It's always... That's what governs us all.
Every citizen shall have the right to freedom of speech and expression, and there shall be freedom of the press, subject to any reasonable restrictions imposed by law in the interest of glory of Islam or the integrity, security or defense of Pakistan or any part thereof, friendly relations with foreign states, public order, decency or morality, or in relation to contempt of court, commission of or incitement to an offense. So there is Article 19 and then Article 19(a), which is a concomitant right. Every citizen shall have the right to have access to information in all matters of public importance, subject to regulation and reasonable restrictions imposed by law. Now, my lord, as far as Article 19 is concerned, as your lordship is aware, there is a twofold test. First of all, it must link with the objects. If a restriction is to be imposed under Article 19, in order to be permissible under Article 19, it must relate with the objects mentioned therein, the glory of Islam, integrity, so on and so forth. Now, apart from that, the second test test is that it must be reasonable. And it is one of the, if the restriction imposed, even if it is imposed by law for one of those 6 objects, even then, if it is unreasonable, it will fall afoul of Article 19 and may be struck down. So it is one of the situations where this court can strike down legislation for being an unreasonable restriction, as opposed to the ordinary rule of deference. Now, what has happened, if your lordship sees, my lord, in the Prevention of Electronic Crimes Act, they have...
No, first tell us the full name. Let's go step by step.
Ji, sir. The Prevention of Electronic...
You have the advantage of Pakistan seeing you. It's a public interest matter. So let it also be educational for everybody.
Ji, sir.
You have no problem with that, I hope?
No, no, sir. Sir, the Prevention of Electronic Crimes Act 2016. Now, if your lordship sees the offences under the Act, they start from Section 3. And they go on to Section 26.
Which do you think offends Article 19?
My lord, my case is, as far as Section 20 is concerned, there is a scheme within the FIA, within the Prevention of Electronic Crimes Act itself, that it places offences on 2 levels. It makes some of the offences, which are the more serious offences, cognizable, in which the FIA can investigate of its own accord and arrest without permission. And then it places a lower category of offences which are not cognizable. They require a complaint to be filed by the aggrieved person.
Which are the cognizable ones?
Ji, sir. The cognizable offences are mentioned in Section 43. All offences under this Act, except the offences under Sections 10, 21 and 22 and abatement thereof, shall be non-cognizable, bailable and compoundable, provided that offences under Section 17 shall be cognizable by the investigation agency on a written complaint by the authority. Offences under 10, 21 and 22 and abatement thereof shall be non-bailable, non-compoundable and cognizable by the investigation agency. Now, if your lordship will turn to 10, 21 and 22 and 17. Is cyber terrorism.
Just to save time, why don't you just tell us which is, in your opinion, violative of Article 19?
My Lord, my submission is that the manner in which Article 20, Section 20 is used, that falls afoul of Article 19.
Section 20.
Section 20.
Can we read 20 then?
Yes, sir. Whoever intentionally and publicly exhibits or displays or transmits any information through any information system which he knows to be false and intimidates or harms the reputation or privacy of a natural person and this is often abused, sir, intimidation, institutions ko usme le aate hain, but shall be punished with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 3 years or with fine which may extend to 1 million rupees or with both.
Are you saying their application or their interpretation or their understanding is contrary to the law, or are you saying the law is ultra vires the Constitution?
My lord, as far there are two arguments here. One, the application that FIA does routinely is contrary to the language of Section 20, because करते ये हैं sir कि और इस केस में भी यही किया है.
Then you can't fault the law. You can fault the application of the law.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's a different
yes,
point.
yes.
Yes.
As far as the law is
So
concerned,
you are saying its application is used for ulterior purposes.
yes, sir. Because although it is a non-cognizable offence, it requires an aggrieved person to make a complaint before the magistrate. FIA treats it as a directly cognizable offence. It arrests people on offences that can at best, or inquiries
Where
that
does it
can-
say it has to be before a magistrate? Which is that provision?
Sir, ek to it is a non-cognizable offence.
Okay.
That is under the CRPC itself, non-cognizable offences. Then if your lordship will see, section 29(2).
Ji.
That makes the Criminal Procedure Code applicable. And then if your lordship will see the rules itself, ये हैं Prevention of Electronic Crimes Investigation Rules 2018.
Ji.
इसमें सर if your lordship sees Rule 7(5). In case of a non-cognizable offence under the Act, the circle in charge shall seek.
Which rule?
Rule 7, sub-rule 5.
Ji.
4 और 5 अगर दोनों देख लें सर.
Ji, rule 7.
Sub-rule 4 and sub-rule 5.
Ji.
In case a cognizable offence has been committed under the Act, the circle in charge, after seeking legal opinion, shall order registration of such case subject to prior approval of additional director in the zone. 5. In case of a non-cognizable offence under the Act, the circle in charge shall seek permission of the competent court for investigation under Section 155 of the Code.
Isn't this ample safeguard?
It is not followed in any case.
No, that's a secondary question. First of all, you have to say this is ample safeguard if followed.
Yes, sir.
Or you say, no, it's not.
If followed, yes. If followed, yes. There is a second argument, though, regarding the law itself that I'll put.
well,
but
that-
on this argument, yes, that is.
That makes our job very easy.
Yes, sir.
We can stress it.
Yes, sir.
That it must be followed in each and every case.
Yes, sir.
So that is over.
Because what happens is, and
No.
that is why I was
Mr.
pointing to
Salahuddin, like
the
I said,
Ji.
nobody can stop anyone
Ji,
from
sir.
doing. I mean, one is the law itself, one is misuse of the law, or trying to do things which the law does not permit. Like, for instance, if you file a false FIR, you can be criminally prosecuted. How many criminal prosecutions happen in Pakistan?
Yes, sir. Very few, sir.
It's a criminal offense, and
Yes,
then
sir.
you can also sue for damages also.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't happen. Huh?
But the reason we are
So
seeking and
no, it doesn't happen, so they get away with it. Like, you say the same thing, go and say it in the UK, you'll be financially wiped out because of damages. Yahan kya hai? Yahan you earn money for, sometimes you just say things, okay, I get more viewership, I get more controversial. The more controversial, the better the bookseller.
yes,
So I want to more focus on the ultra vires aspects of the law, if any.
sir.
Because there is also a judgment, I think, of
Islamabad High Court, sir.
I think
Yes.
you'll come to that.
It's a short order, yes. The detailed judgment.
Now we have one difficulty. There's another I didn't realize they're clashing benches today. There's a 5-member bench. Six. So, sorry, six-member bench. My brother corrects me. That takes priority. So when do you want it?
Sir, if it can be later this week, sir, Thursday, Friday.
Tomorrow?
Sir, tomorrow na kare. Tomorrow I have to.
Huh?
But tomorrow will be difficult for me, sir. I have a matter that.
Where?
Sir, it is in the Sindh High Court, but it is part heard and.
You'll go there.
Yes, sir.
आज के Monday है ना? What about Wednesday? Wednesday?
ठीक है, sir.
Will you be able to come back?
Thursday अगर रख लें सर अगर
Thursday? Thursday we have that other case review. Ji.
Friday, sir, or next week.
Can't you continue tomorrow?
सर अगर वीडियो लिंक से फिर इजाजत दे दें सर.
It's not the same. It's really not the same. And you know, I can't hear you, or you can't hear us, or there's overlap always. So how urgent is?
सर या Wednesday अगर Wednesday है तो ठीक है Wednesday.
We were thinking of. I didn't realize this bench. अब ये भी पता नहीं वो date उसमें क्या पड़ती है. So you are saying this week is not convenient.
अगर next week हो जाए तो.
Unless somebody else we can hear on this side, or you're the only counsel.
My lord, as counsel, I'm the only one. Perhaps Ms. Fariha.
No. We won't allow that. You can ask her, and we can certainly take on board. Otherwise, we'll have to hear everybody, which the case will never get decided.
Sir, if Wednesday is possible, I'll.
Wednesday, okay? ठीक है? चलिए Wednesday रख लेते हैं.
ठीक है, sir. Grateful.
Only request that my petition be clubbed and heard with these.
But actually, it's no longer that simple. Everything goes to the committee now.
It's been there for a month and a half, and I did put the request to club it with these petitions. I attached the orders
It doesn't
as well.
happen. If he's going to say the same thing, then let him say it. If you have something special, you can tell Mr. Salahuddin Ahmed.
It
My
is
lord, I think
distinct.
perhaps on the technical sides of things, as she is a journalist.
Yeah,
and,
we will not go down that level. We are going to stay in the level of law and constitution. We're not going to say this happens and that happens.
I wish to argue about the law and the constitution. I have followed the procedure. It is before the committee.
Chale, we'll have a look. If the committee decides when it meets, generally we meet on Thursdays, generally, but it's changeable. तो फिर अभी Wednesday का कर दें.
Grateful, sir.
May I make a submission also? I would like to file a statement on. I would like to file a statement from this honorable court. Being a vice
आप आ तो जाना माइक पे.
Sir, I would like to file a statement as a vice chairman Pakistan Bar Council in the instant matter. I may be allowed to.
By all means, you are supporting Mr. Salahuddin, opposing. What is your plea?
Supporting lordship.
Huh?
Supporting.
Achha, okay. Do you have any objection? But if you're filing something, then you have to do it in the office as we are adjourning, and give them copies also, so they can also see it. ठीक है?
Thank you.
So by all means, file it. इसमें लिखिए. Mr. Qayyum Siddiqui, is he representing you?
No, sir.
Is Mr. Salahuddin Ahmed representing you?
No, sir.
Okay, because he's taken away Mr. Imran Shafqat from you and Mr. Amir Mir.
Not Amir Mir, sir. Absar Alam. Absar Alam and Matiullah Jan.
Okay, अच्छा चलें तो ठीक है. इसमें लिखिए.
आमिर मीर साहब के जहांगीर जदून साहब पेश होते हैं गालिबन.
वो तो नहीं है. ओके. आपका स्टेटमेंट हम लिख लें. Yes.
Yes.
इसमें लिखिए. Do you know the FIR numbers?
127 of 2021 and 128 of.
127 is whose?
This is Mr. Amir Meets.
Registered at which police station?
By Lahore Cybercrime Wing Circle, Cybercrime Circle.
ये किस जगह मिलेगी हमें?
Yes, sir. They are part of CMS 2488.
नई वाली
2488, sir. FIR 127 is at page 5. This is Mr. Amir Meers, and FIR 128 is at page 11.
Page?
Page 5, sir. Page 5 and page 11 are the two FIRs.
इसमें लिखिए learned Attorney General of Pakistan has filed. Today you filed CMA number 2488 and
2490, sir.
what happened to 89?
8788 were filed by me, and
2489 is filed by?
योर लॉर्डशिप अगर इजाजत हो तो एक और इशू भी आपके
2488 and 2490 of 2024. ये चीज बाद में देखें. And states that FIR number 127/2021 registered at
FIA Cybercrime Wing.
FIA Cybercrime Wing, Lahore, on 7 August 2021 against Mr. नाम कहाँ लिखा है?
Sir, it's in the 8th or 9th line at the bottom, from the bottom, sir.
Registered by the state against
Mr. Amir Mir.
Mr.
Amir Mir.
Amir Mir
Ji.
under sections 11,13 कितने section लगाएं? Under sections 11,13, 20 and 24 of the Pakistan Electronic Crimes Act, 2016, read with sections 469, 500, 505 and 509 of the Pakistan Penal Code were registered under a previous government, and the government and FIA and the government and the federal government is not. What is the language you want to use? We'll use your words.
My lord, the FIA does not wish to pursue this matter.
And in his opinion, case is not made out. क्या लिखें?
Case is not made out.
And in his opinion is your opinion. And in his opinion, the case was not made out, and FIA will not be pursuing will be closing. Close, what's the technical word?
No, now FIA will be moving an appropriate application before the trial court.
And FIA
closure of the
will be moving an appropriate application for closure of the said case against Mr.
Amir Mir.
Amir Mir. He has also referred to, the next one is?
Page 11, sir, FIR number 128 of 2021 against Mr. Imran Shafkat.
अच्छा ये मैं ख्याल में आप यहाँ से देख लेना.
Also dated.
Particulars. ठीक है, ये 11 नंबर से वही चीजें लिख देना इधर. इसका भी वही लिख देना. ठीक है, ये तो दो हो गए. These two are done.
Yes, my lord.
अच्छा जी आप क्या बता रहे हैं?
सब ये बताना था कि रिजवान रजी को भी आप इफ यू रिमेम्बर उठा लिया गया था हथकड़ियां लगा के, फिर ये FIA वाले उनकी तस्वीर जो है वो वायरल करते हैं जर्नलिस्टों की. तो उसके बाद हाई कोर्ट में भी उनका रिजवान रजी का एक केस है, उस पर स्टे भी हुआ. लेकिन वो
जब तक कोई चीज हमारे कागज नहीं है तो हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते ना. आप इनको बता दीजिए
अटॉर्नी जनरल से. मैं बिल्कुल
इनको he won't know even if you just tell him like this. He will need to naturally find out about it. This तो he has filed report, so he knows about them. अच्छा इसमें लिखिए we commenced hearing Mr. Salahuddin Ahmed. However, in view of the fact that there is a larger bench at 11:30. The matter is adjourned to tomorrow, day after.
Yeah, after.
परसों की तारीख डाल दीजिए. हाँ. Do you want a time? I mean, if you're catching a morning flight, we can do the rest of the board.
11:30 would be best, sir. 11:30 would be best.
I don't want to do it because I don't know what that bench may have to give the conflicting time. So, but we will accommodate you. If you're not here, we will wait for you.
Grateful, sir.
ठीक है. Time नहीं रखिए. ठीक है. आप इनको बता दीजिए. Anything else? ये आपको कुछ फाइल करना है, फाइल कर दीजिए.
Your Lordship, I'll be representing RIUJ and PFUJ. उसमें हम intervener के तौर पे आ रहे हैं.
On the last date of hearing.
Last date पर hearing पे कोर्ट ने allow किया था, तो we will file appropriate application for their inclusion in this case.
Why are you saying this and why don't you just file it? You're waiting for some invitation.
मुझे रात को उन्होंने कहा है, तो I will be filing. कल कर देंगे.
बिल्कुल आप करें. कौन मना कर रहा है आपको?
please.
केस खत्म हो जाएगा, फिर आप ना कहिएगा.
We'll assist Mr.
फिर
Salahuddin.
आप कहिएगा कि मुझे तो सुना ही नहीं.
No, वेदा.
चलिए. ओके. तो कुछ और रह गया था? अच्छा.
Development of the economy, but it diminishes the inflation risk.
Является для снижения инфляционных рисков.
Putin said he saw no problems with the ruble's fluctuations as authorities had tools to keep the currency and market under control. The ruble hit its strongest level in almost 6 weeks against the dollar on Tuesday. Most analysts expect another interest rate hike this Friday. But some top bankers believe a hold is more likely, especially as the ruble has strengthened this week.
Now, there isn't much clarity when it comes to countries like Russia and North Korea. Their people are